Hi everybody! Welcome to IGN Plays Live. We are playing Call of Duty Zombies World War II The Resistance, the new DLC. This is Cameron Dayton. Cameron, what's your job there at Sledgehammer?
I'm the creative director over the Zombies team. So
I noticed you don't have a controller in your hand because you're not going to play.
No.
You're just making me play.
Well, we brought in some ringers. We brought in some of our best players. I have a hard time walking and chewing gum at the same time. So I figured, we could talk and they could, defeat the undead with you.
Yep. So I'm playing. We're doing a three-person playthrough. We have two people off camera who are possibly, but most definitely better than I am. And we also have Mitchell Saltzman off camera. Everyone knows Mitchell.
What's up, everyone?
Hey, Mitch.
Oh my God, he's come through my headphones. And he's going to be throwing some questions from the audience. Remember, we are streaming on IGN.com's main page. We're on twitch.tv/IGN and youtube.com/IGN, and possibly social channels. I wasn't told before this if that's a thing. This guy gave me a thumbs up. All right. Are we good?
Yeah, I think you guys are good.
Let's jump in. Let's do this. Somebody else that I don't know got to pick David Tennant, so I am the dark-haired girl. So, Resistance. Pretty hyped for this DLC, yeah?
Good, yeah.
The game came out, let's see, November 3rd, November 4th? Somewhere around there. It has now been a full, 3 months?
Uh-huh.
Why should people come back and play this?
Well, we felt like the Final Reich was kind of the gate. It was we gave you a tutorial, we gave kind of a broad instruction because we wanted as many people in and playing as possible. In fact, we even, in the Final Reich, gave a casual path that had hints and everything that would, kind of walk you through.
It was very accessible.
Yeah, we wanted to make it as accessible as possible, see if we couldn't, show the rest of the world why the Zombies community is so loyal and so tight-knit, around this game type. We additionally had a hardcore, element behind that. And now that we've done that, we've kind of set that tone, all bets are off. We've opened this up to being incredibly challenging. We've got a new tactically minded zombie that we're introducing.
Is that the thing with the 4 thingies?
He's known as the Muchler, which is he's an assassin.
That name's not disgusting at all.
And he's going to add a new twist to a lot of the usual strategies that players bring in.
I like this Avengers shot you guys got going on.
You gotta exactly. You gotta.
So we got our 4 heroes, and I'm pretty sure I hear them say, if we're good, we won't even have to fire 1 bullet.
That's right. Well, it's a foggy. The nice thing is, like this area of kind of northern Germany is known to have dense fog. Like a lot of the stuff, the story told itself. The environment created the game design for us, and we're aware that the Zombies mode has a history, both a colorful history with fog, and to the extent of memes and a lot of love and a lot of hate. And so we really wanted to sort of reinvent how it could be used. And it is something that definitely takes a place strategically in the game. And we've seen that as players are getting now and realizing, the zombies, as the fog rolls in, the zombies shift into a passive state.
Right, and I noticed that they don't notice you.
That's right, and so
you're kind of able to stealth around.
Yeah. So historically, players will usually kite, the zombies around while another goes and solves some of the puzzles, and we've given them another advantage of you wait for the fog, you've got that, but you got to be careful.
Sure.
And we're going to cut down the visibility. So
So right off the bat, normally Zombies starts with you landing in the map, reloading your gun, and it's just round 1, and you're just like checking the windows. Obviously, as people saw, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
It immediately starts with just a million zombies trying to murder us.
Well, we again, it's kind of a metaphor for what we want this map to be. This is a case of you played the Final Reich, you've been through the tutorial, you know what the guns are, you know what to do. So why hold back? We're going to start you right in the middle of enemies coming up the beach.
Have you guys seen the trailers for the upcoming hit new game, Death Stranding, because that is exactly what your guys' beach looks like.
Right.
Maybe not exactly, but there's a lot of dead fish. Oh, they're not dead. They're kind of alive still.
They're in the act. They're perishing.
Sorry. Oh, that one's gone. Sorry, little guy.
I don't have a question, but I do have someone who laid down the gauntlet. Chris Dausvardis on YouTube says they won't survive assassins in the fog.
Oh.
So there's your challenge.
Oh, the challenge has been, the glove has been taken off. All right.
When I hear that, all I hear is, you guys need to make this happen, and I'm just gonna run around and just do what I'm doing right now.
Yeah. Well, luckily, you know, when I said we brought some ringers, I mean we've got some of the guys here who helped us to design and plan out, and we've basically got the fathers of the Mucler are here playing. So I put my money on surviving this situation. However, stay close.
So here's the fog, and I was sitting at my desk. I just booted this up, and the person that sits next to me was watching me play, and I just like audibly was like, oh dang, like, because it just like I'm like, yeah, I'm doing so good. I got a machine gun, and then all of a sudden it gets super foggy.
Well, a lot of like,
and you just can't see anything.
Yeah, I mean, Sledgehammer, we take scary very seriously. You know, again, it's part of our DNA with you know, our roots going all the way back to Dead Space.
Right.
One thing, you know, one of the kind of almost primitive drives in playing a zombies game is shoot them so they don't get close. Keep them far away.
Right.
And what the fog does is it lets them get close. And there is an immediate, just visceral response to that sort of thing. So, but we know it's something that you know, could wear on you after a while. So we've got the banks of fog, you know, drifting in and out throughout gameplay. So it means every single time you play this game, it's going to be different.
So is the fog wave-based or is it time-based?
I'm actually not going to answer that one for you. That's it's precipitation-based. I don't know.
We got a question from NickPlayer2 on the IGN.com chat. How long is the campaign in this zombies map? As in, I guess, how long would it take to complete the Easter eggs? Would you venture to guess?
Last I checked, we were 14 hours in, and still had not gotten to the end. So, you know, that's the fun part of telling this kind of story and putting on this kind of show is the audience is the protagonist. That's up to you folks.
You heard him. We're streaming for 14 hours. Get comfortable, guys.
Somebody grab some Mountain Dew.
There's gonna be a meeting later. They're like, "Where's Mark?" He's just like playing zombies in the stream room. I would be remiss to not mention that the DLC is not just zombies. That's what we're playing. But there's also a new war mode and a few new maps, right?
That's correct.
How's the new war mode?
So it's this entire expansion is playing into the other parts of the story around World War II. You know, there were so many different forces fighting from different countries and for various reasons, and the Resistance allows us to explore that a little bit more.
We got a question on Twitch from the Shadow KR. When is the DLC coming to PC?
I believe that is in a month. It's hitting Xbox and PC.
Noise. Yeah, we are playing on PlayStation 4 because it came out today for PlayStation 4, and we're playing on a Pro. We're only playing in 1080, but we are gonna. I have a video exporting at this very moment. That's showing the zombies in crisp 4K on PS4 Pro.
So why don't you go down and check out what's up against the wall over there? There's seems like a point of interest. No, to the left.
Okay.
Left again. There you go.
Okay, so there's a thing with no head. Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's kind of a holiday decoration.
It looks real cute. So, right now we're trying to restore the power, is that correct? Have we done that yet? Mainly, oh, we did do it, so I wasn't paying attention.
That's
so
right.
Now when we're done, I'm still not going to know how to do it. Fantastic.
You're keeping the Easter eggs from yourself, which is very clever.
Because I played earlier, and it was like, you need to go to this bunker and restore the power. And I was like, cool, and I couldn't find it. And then Mitchell was like, I need to take your PlayStation for a live stream you're going to be on. And I was like, well, shoot. I guess I'll never know.
It's all my fault.
It's all Mitchell's fault. So let's talk about the setting. We're on the beaches of Normandy, or where are we?
We're in a. I mean, there's a chain of islands north of Germany.
Yeah, so we're like on an island.
Yeah,
with bunkers.
Yeah, and these islands like played an incredible role in both the history of Germany, in World War II and before. And you know, initially we were just looking for a setting that had a different look to it. You know, the Final Reich is in a snowy Bavarian village in the middle of the night, and we're like, let's see if we can't change up the lighting, the atmosphere, the feeling, and you know. So now we're early morning. We are in a. I mean, these islands. This is a place where the German national anthem was written. Where there were generations of various like different peoples. You know. Occupied the area and had all sorts of different gods that they worshipped, and some incredible things happen here. It's also the place where
that guy's dead.
Yeah, I don't think he's not walking away from that one.
He's not gonna make it, boys. So we got a saw blade. What do we get to saw some zombies?
That's a good possibility. I mean, why wouldn't you?
My boys. I was getting wrecked.
Hey, good use of camouflage there. Good use of camouflage there. You'll notice as you start shooting, your camouflage is going to run out really quickly.
Right, which we talked about as a new thing.
Yeah. We saw. I mean, camouflage is great, and it is in a game where the bad guys getting up close and personal with you is going to spell the end of the game. We decided, you know what? Let's not make this something that everybody feels like they have to use, and so we put a little bit of a limit on that, and it's already we're seeing so many more people exploring Frontline and exploring the other options that we've got for you to play.
We got a question from Alexis Artiaga on YouTube asking, is there a hardcore version of the Easter egg, kind of like how you did the last Zombies map?
You know what? Until these mysteries are solved, I think it's probably best to leave the answer to that question up to the community.
There you go.
We just got a hot achievement.
And you just were introduced to the assassin.
Yeah, so we killed him. So
there was a little bit of a scream. I heard a screamette.
So nice try, Twitch chat person. What else you got? Also want to make sure people understand that what you're seeing on screen is not my gameplay, because you know, that would just be embarrassing. I'm just running around following David Tennant here, and
which is
the one doing all the work.
That's a good philosophy in life, really.
Hey, the artillery bunker. This is where the power is. Wait, I thought we already got the power.
No, you already got the power.
Okay, we already did that. Oh, that's foggy.
There are other purposes for an artillery bunker, though.
Maybe there's
artillery related purposes.
So this new Zombies, not even this map, but just World War II's iteration. I noticed that you live a lot longer than you do on previous Zombies, and so like, what is your guys' I wouldn't say reasoning, but like, was that important to keep people in the game longer?
Yeah, well,
opposed to just like, oh, I'm round 5 and I took a couple hits and I'm dead.
Well, we looked at this game, like the one constant in this game is that you will die, and you will die, you know, multiple times. And so we wanted to make sure, like, when that happens, it meant something. You've accomplished something. You had something to look back on, and it wasn't just a case of beating your head against the wall. Oh.
Whoa!
Well, what is that?
Okay, we got a saw handle now.
Well, that seems like something that would be very useful, hypothetically speaking.
We got another question we got another question from NickPlayer2 on the IGN.com chat. Are there any changes on the gameplay in this DLC? So, do you have any different mechanics that are unique to this map?
Introducing this weapon that these we're putting together right now is going to bring a new mechanic. We wanted to be very careful with this, though, with all the time and attention we put into introducing people to the game, and you know, even in the tutorial, kind of training people how it works. We figured we'd give you what's a good way of putting this? At least one more map to you know, show off your skills and show off what you've learned. That's not going to be the rule moving forward. However,
so the next DLC is just going to be hell. You're just surrounded by zombies, no mounted gun, and you're just dead.
But yeah, this is the map where we wanted to say, okay, now prove yourselves.
So where are we allowed to speculate on where you think we can go from here?
Oh, of course
we got a radio part. Every gun needs its radio part. Yeah, so we got the fog. We've got these dark London streets. When do we go back to the 80s with afros?
That is a style done brilliantly by our friends in arms over there. And so we decided we're gonna, you know, just kind of corner the market on
being scary,
on creepy. Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. What do you got for us, Mitchell?
I'm still looking. There was a question from Zeduk asking, what is the reason for choosing Jolts as a unit in this game?
You know, it came down to, I mean, this gets pretty geeky here, but whenever I played zombies,
language,
Dross language, David Tennant,
he's salty.
Jesus.
Whenever I played zombies before, I was like, you know, I love the concept, I love the gameplay, but there was always this geeky question in my mind of like, why when I kill these undead individuals are they dropping dollar bills? Like that seems like the something that wouldn't, like some of them would have credit cards and some of them would have, you know, pesos and some of them would just have their keys in their pocket. And so I wanted to build a universe where every element of gameplay actually made its own twisted sort of sense. And you know, luckily when you're telling a story about zombies, there's going to be either some science fiction or some fantasy behind that. And so my team and I, we crafted this all around, okay, everything's got to have a reason for it.
Okay, so I just picked up what appears to be some sort of gun with a CD on it. I don't know what music the CD has.
For those younger viewers, they might not understand. A CD is what we had before iTunes.
Oh, okay. Okay. Whoa, what did it say there? It said harvest a zombie? What is that?
Yeah. You know, we're very much about, you know, we're a green company. We're about preserving our resources, and
Sledgehammer uses every part of the zombie. So, is this not a gun? Is this a melee weapon?
Well, how about this? Right now, it's a melee weapon.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I mean, this is a resourceful crew. They're probably gonna find things that expand the use and bring multitasking to an entirely new level. So,
the Tesla gun. So I'm starting to notice a pattern here. Okay, so how Infinity Ward seemed to bring like celebrities and stuff like that. You guys seem to have guest guns. I'm assuming we're not going to find the Tesla gun here on this random island.
The Tesla gun was part of an experiment that Richter was performing with these energies that they used to animate the dead. They realized this energy could also be focused through some of the technology that Tesla had created. And we've got a little bit of a backstory that Drosten gets into about that stolen technology. And it was very much you know, rooted in the location of the laboratory and the R&D being done there. Right now, you're on this island that has largely been a storage facility. This is where they've been building them in Bavaria and shipping them out here for cold storage in the roots of the island. So yeah, you don't have as many science-y gizmos. So our, you know, intrepid crew here, they're just picking up, you know, household items and combining them together, and it's a different sort of a survival map.
Got it.
And it's and again, because of this area's military history, you've got U-boats on the island across the way. There's an air base there, so this is a dangerous mission. This is why, if you saw in the intro cinematic, you came accompanied by a ranger battalion.
But they didn't make it.
Well, the evidence from the boat is not promising.
Got it. Got it.
Sorry, go ahead, Mark.
I was just gonna say, so I feel like that's gonna be kind of the interesting thing. It's gonna be like, hey, there's a new zombies map. What gun do we get to build?
It's something the community calls the Wonder Weapon, and it's a little bit of a tradition. And we wanted to be, we wanted to honor what's existed from these maps before. But it's really anything goes once you're into that. It's the weapon you create as you move through these waves that has a unique effect. And I like it when weapons, call it being inspired by our brothers over at Valve. But I like it when a weapon has game-changing effects as well, where it's more than just a killing stick.
Oh, are we supposed to be killing the zombies here so we can all?
Yeah. So you'll notice their energy is charging up that.
Yeah. I see.
That device.
I was just running around sawing zombies.
Yeah. You're providing backup. It's useful.
Yeah. You said we had a question, Mitchell?
Yeah, we have a question from Jekyll and Hyde 9 on Twitch. How much time and effort goes into making these zombie maps?
It is an incredible amount of time and effort. It's the sort of thing where first you just got to build a normal map that works, and that in and of itself is a lot of effort. And Sledgehammer has an incredibly high bar for quality, for detail, for mood and atmosphere. But once that's done, that's just the first brick in the wall here. We've now got to layer it with, looping patterns, places where the player can run and move and kite the zombies through. And the zombies, of course, have to be able to appear on the maps. You've got to build entrances and exits for them. And then once you're done with that, you've now got to, this is where you get into the fun part, now you've got to hide mysteries. And sometimes that can be an entire game in and of itself. The balance of creating an Easter egg that has clues, that can be solved. It's not, just ridiculous randomness, but they're a good mystery is one where you can actually trace it back towards how it's solved. And so it takes a lot of work, and there have been a lot of late hours. This team is incredible. They're such fans of the gameplay itself, and so excited by this world and the stories that we're telling here that. I'll get in late to check on some aspects of the map or go through and they'll be up playing this map and going through and uncovering both the bugs and the highlights themselves. So it's a lot of work.
Is there a part of the process that's like the least fun? I wouldn't say like that's like super awful, but like is there a part where you're like, okay, got that done?
Yeah, well, I guess one of the hardest parts is we will do these brainstorm sessions. We'll do these, okay, let's sit down, let's put up 100 ideas a minute on the marker board and see what we want to be happening in this map. And that's always a blast, right? It's pure creative fire. But it eventually has to
seeing what sticks.
Yeah. It eventually has to hit the wall with what we call the dreaded scoping process, where we've got to get a little calendar out. We've got to look at how many people we have on the team and say, okay, this is what we want to do. Now, what can we do? Because
what's actually possible.
Our DLC schedule is pretty tight and pretty fast, and we don't want to let anybody down. And you always have to leave time, of course, for testing and make sure that this is everything's going to run smoothly. And invariably, there are going to be things that it's going to break your heart that could not go in, and elements of story that could not go in, and so yeah, I would say that is emotionally the most taxing.
But you just laid out what it takes to do a zombie map. It sounds like it could just probably be done in a few hours. So.
right.
No?
That's why everybody does it.
We got another question. I love these kinds of questions. Potsy Gaming on YouTube wants to know, how long do you think it'll take for the full Easter egg to be solved? So give us a prediction here.
We've actually, I don't want to say that we're like running bets at the office, but we've got some.
You got a pool going?
We've got some strong competitive estimates, let's say. I think the one that I was most convinced about. I mean, we've got people on the. They've made some incredible progress over the night. I think by tomorrow morning, we might see that. So I think that gives it a full 24 hours. 30, what do you say, Jeff? Yeah. Tomorrow morning.
What's it like to when did this map go live? for like, let's just say PST, California time?
Last night, midnight.
Okay, so it's now been pretty much exactly, 12 and a half hours.
Yep.
What's it like to, I mean, assuming any of you slept last night, what's it like?
And no, we didn't.
What's it like to put the map live, get up the next day, and like, what's the first thing you do? You get on Twitch?
There's a mistake in the sentence you just said there. There is no getting up the next day. The map goes live, and we are gathered around our monitors. It is so much fun. It's actually my favorite part of what we do is watching the audience, watching their reactions. When you hear, these polished influencers screaming and quite possibly peeing themselves because of something that you and your team have taken months to set up. Oh, that's so much fun. And here, just seeing people smiling, people reacting.
So you were up at midnight watching Twitch streams?
We started at midnight, yeah. And for those that weren't, gathered around the monitors, they were texting in, and, oh, did you see that? And, I mean, I don't want this to come out the wrong way, but this is the only entertainment medium I've seen where the creators are actually cheering for the bad guys. Like, we're kind of cheering for the heroes to go down here because that just means the mystery is still unsolved, and it's a lot of fun.
How often are you watching these Twitch streams and you're just already either brainstorming ideas to either improve this map or what can you start working on for the next one?
Here's the best part. There is the I told you so's. Like, we're watching with the team, and just so you know, probably everything that the audience has yelled out, that the community has yelled out, like as a possibility, has been discussed and argued about, and maybe even had a fist fight or two happen before we decided on what happened. Like, we were just having this conversation. There is our beloved cetacean beached on the shore down beneath you. There were so many plans. I was a big champion of all sorts of things happening with that whale, and tears were shed over the possibilities of what we could and couldn't do. And it's good to see that has become a disgusting focal point of a lot of these hunts.
I actually don't know if I want this. I was gonna say I want an underwater zombies map, but just because it's like that thought. One of my favorite games of all time is like BioShock.
Right.
So that idea of being trapped in like this underwater city is like super cool.
Oh well, BioShock, definite visual inspiration. They're kind of chronologically
like you said,
accurate technology.
Dead Space, like trapped on a spaceship.
Right. But even just visually, the idea of, because while we've got this technology that is quote unquote new, to make it look possible from 1940s, 1950s, you've got to kind of crank back the materials, you've got to crank back the look and the effects and how that are going to appear to the audience. And there are a lot of inspirations that we've had for doing that. And as far as going underwater, we debated that. We actually played with it because we've got the beach. We are on the darkest shore, and it was just such a new mechanic that it came down to the discussion of, well, do we want to introduce swimming zombies and swimming players and guns firing underwater, or do we want to finish the rest of the map? I mean, it was
right.
You really have to do a cost-benefit evaluation there. So.
How closely do you guys work with the multiplayer team to see what they're possibly adding in the DLC to then maybe take some of those ideas and add them into zombies?
We meet with them and chat with them regularly about what they're doing, and it's really, while a lot of the I guess the visual stuff might seem similar, underneath the epidermis, they're very, very different games.
Right.
And so. But yeah, we try to get enough brain share going as we can.
When you guys are working on these DLC packs, does it literally work? It sounds like you guys have multiple people in one office working on different games.
Right.
Like you guys can go to lunch and be like, so, how's your game coming across? Meaning war mode. And how's yours coming across? Meaning zombies.
Well, you're making it sound a lot more polite than it usually is. It usually takes on smack talking like, "Kate, did you see our latest zombie?
Oh, I see.
Pretty badass." I mean, yeah. I guess you guys have what, tanks?
That's pretty good.
No, and don't get me wrong, the MP team and our single player team are brilliant, and we could not do half of what we do without their effort and the stuff that they've been pushing and pioneering as well. It's really interesting how everything kind of rolls into and adds to what's going on.
We got a question from Jeffrey Parrish on YouTube. Have all the secrets been unlocked by the community on the final right, or are there still some secrets left unfound?
Oh, there's still some secrets left unfound. There's still and
Sorry guys, keep looking.
All right, things are getting tight up here.
Yeah, I died for my first time, and I don't know. I forgot to do the camouflage. That was my bad. Hey, thanks, man.
That's all right.
I'm back.
It's like some sort of a cooperative game going on.
Oh,
well done, well done.
Did that zombie just jump in the air like a little? It looked like a ballerina. He was like, woo!
Some of them are agile suckers.
That was good. That was good stuff.
All right, you're gonna want to get behind the guys with the hammers on their head.
Mossy AP has been asking this question about 5,000 times, so I'm just gonna ask it. Do zombies become tougher like in Call of Duty World at War, or do they just become more in numbers?
They get tougher. They grow.
Obviously, I just died in one hit.
Yep. They get stronger. They get a little bit faster. Even their reach increases. They get scary.
Oh,
no. Sometimes they jump in the air like funny zombies.
We try to limit that, but
oh no, no! Kill him with your pistol.
All right. Steve saves the day.
This is like, yay! Wait, oh, I'm dead.
Are you dead, Mark?
I think I might be. Good thing we're not recording my gameplay. This is why, guys. You would just be watching a spectating cam. There's so much going on when it's like you're trying to talk. And it's like,
and guess what?
Oh, I'm back.
Yeah, if you can make it through
I have
the
a
next
gun.
wave. Yeah. It was just a flesh wound.
I have a pistol, and oh, good. I get to pick up all my stuff. Okay. I need armor. Oh, I already have armor. Okay. So I'm gonna try to get through this fog here. I'm assuming the fog becomes a little less threatening once you actually know the map.
Yeah.
You actually know where you're going.
That's one of the things. A lot of these maps, you play them enough, you can navigate them without looking. And so the fog is designed to be something that's it's going to challenge you at first, but after a while, there are advantages to the fog, and you'll see those as you go.
Trying to stay with my friends here.
Oh, what was that?
It'll be fine. Oh, I can buy a gun. Thank God.
So you guys,
no.
Guess what? You can shoot them.
Yeah, it's awesome. Oh, and it bounces all over. Whew. I saved us, boys. I did it.
So you guys are at round 18. You've made the saw weapon. How far into the normal, run of this map would you say you are right now?
Well, the notebook doesn't look filled at all.
Yeah,
so that's not great.
I would call this thus far has been a scouting excursion. Yeah. We're going to be able to draw the map really nicely after this. Oh.
Ah, what the heck?
The good old Fliegerfaust.
Okay, wait, there's a minecart system. Okay. No, I'm gonna buy some more armor. Probably didn't need to, but I did anyways. I'll save you. I probably need a better gun at this point.
So do you guys think we should start circling around to find that next step? I mean, we don't want to be giving away too many spoilers here, but I think
I think I can show them the pack-a-punch, maybe.
Why don't well, let's see if we can get these guns upgraded. And by pack-a-punch, I'm sure you mean the weapon upgrade system. Yes, the Überspringen.
Well said. All right,
I'm
just gonna follow the main guy.
Good idea.
It seems like he has an idea that he knows where he's going. Okay, that's one. Nope, that's not it. Oh, hey everybody. Hey stream. Ah!
Oof.
Cancel Reload wants to
Made
know
it.
if you're going to be bringing the Juggernaut perk back.
You know what? We experimented with that. We love the way the game moves with the shield. The way that it flows, the way it keeps you focused on the hits you're taking. And so I would say unlikely.
What's the Juggernaut one?
That's from previous versions of the zombie mode. It was a heal. And again, we play with this, and we kind of some of our designers kind of stumbled across. Well, what if we do it in a completely different way? And we keep the game moving so much more nicely with the.
It looks like the elevator needs another fuse to raise.
So what was the purpose of riding that cart? It looks like it just took us somewhere else.
So the cart, if you watched your comrades in arms here, they were able to pick up these Uberschnell devices.
In the cart.
Yeah,
riding the cart.
They were kind of along the cart track right there, and looks like you guys need one more to power this thing up.
Well, I don't got it on me, guys.
All right, well,
I can tell you that.
You got backup. You just make sure you watch the perimeter. You watch their six.
Wait, so is it still in here? Okay. So what do we got to do? We got to try to grab it.
Keep your eyes open for something green.
Okay.
That's the color should be the giveaway.
No zombies in here, so that's good. Zombie free.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
did I miss it?
It was right there. So it looks like that's going to have to be another path. And luckily, on the outside of every minecart, there's you can actually choose a different path. So you hit that lever with the red and the green.
Oh, I see.
And
Lord of the Zombies wants to know, is the saw gun in this map the prototype for the saw gun that appeared in Dead Space?
you know what, Lord of the Zombies, that is brilliant. I would love to say that there is a meta-narrative going on right here. But that would be the ultimate Easter egg of Easter eggs, and I've got to give you a no comment on that one. But that's brilliant. But that's really brilliant.
Sometimes the chat's pretty clever.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
They got some good stuff in there. Like, people remember stuff that I couldn't possibly ever try to remember. That's insane. People like that space. Ah! Get away. Alrighty, we got more questions, Mitchell?
I'm looking for
What
them.
do we got?
Potsy Gaming wants to know, does the assassin have
Yay.
a weak spot at all?
He does, but it's psychological. He sorry. That's gonna. His head is a little more sensitive to the incursion of bullet-shaped objects.
His top left arm is, you know, when the sun is highest in the sky, you know.
There you go.
It's a classic. You know, there's kind of classic zombies. So let me give you some completely geeky lore. Straub, the evil doctor behind this undead mess, has found one of the kind of weak links in the zombie military chain is their intellect. Obviously, they're a bunch of stumbling, mumbling soldiers, and so he was trying to push the limits of sapience with his creations. How much of the brain can I leave intact? How much cleverness can I give these guys and still have them obedient? And a lot of this comes into the technology you see scattered around the island here that show where you can place a head on these rings and they will keep that head alive. You figured out how to keep those neural connections going. The assassin is the end result of that, and his creation is smarter than he knows, and you'll see some resolutions of that mystery as you go deeper into this island. These assassins are aware that they're zombies, and they're aware of what's going on around them.
It's getting pretty
Things
hairy.
are getting intense. You know, you would think getting that weapon upgrade machine would have made things easier for you guys. It's almost like they don't want you to be enjoying your time there.
So can we put the? Are you gonna put the saw?
Oh, we're getting some nice weapon upgrades. Check out the Geistcraft effect. Ready to go.
Can I put my saw in here? Oh no.
You can try anything. We are a game that embraces experimentation.
I need some armor. So what I'll do is I'll leave the safety of my team and go search for armor. And if I get in a sticky situation,
One of you guys follow him.
I would assume one of them will be there to save me. That's what happens.
So the fun thing about this mission for you guys, it's become an escort. But the whole mission, right?
Metagame.
That's
Keep
right.
Mark alive as he runs around just looking at stuff. Uh-oh. One of them's down. Don't worry, my dudes. I will save you.
We got another question from Nick Player 2 on the IGN chat. In the trailer, we saw a propeller killed some zombies. Can you use different things like that to kill zombies in this?
Yeah, we've got some traps for you. We've got, again, that is a mainstay of these maps. I've been watching some of the streams going on, and you found some of them. I can't tell you too much. We're just still so soon into the delivery here. But yes, indeed, there are ways to spend your hard-earned joy.
What's this guy's name? Like, what happened to him?
You know what? He looks interesting. He looks like he's important, doesn't he?
It looked like at one point in his life he was having a fine day, but not today.
Yeah, although his pose might look like he's saying hooray, things went south for him pretty quick.
Yeah, I would hate for that to happen to one of us. So we'll kill all the zombies. And this is not great. The greatest thing about the zombies is that there's a health bar. I always know when I need to just run away.
Don't be afraid to grab some armor if you need it. That's
yeah.
Oh boy.
So I'm gonna armor up there.
Yeah, and you've got some buddy save. Now the student has become the master.
Don't worry, guys. I'm on my way, and I'll save you guys because I am still alive. Hold on, I'm lost. Oh no!
Yeah, I wouldn't run into that, dude.
Oh, I had camouflage. I didn't use it. So let's see who did the best. That's what it all boils down to. Just who did the best.
We had another question earlier asking if there was a music-related Easter egg, kind of like the old Treyarch games in this map.
You know what? In Final Reich, we actually had a lot of fun playing some games with music. This one is a little less musical. This map we don't have as much of that going on, although we do have several recordings hidden around the map that you might find useful.
All right, so we got 15 minutes left. We can go ahead and jump back in. Is there anything that we should show in the last 15 minutes? Or we're just going to play some more zombies? I'm fine either way.
We've got pretty far.
Yeah.
We got pretty far.
Why don't we see if we can end this by getting a head placed on that gate? Do you think we can do that in 15?
We'll see.
All right, we'll give it a shot.
We got a definitive we'll see. So
Well, I think a lot of it comes down to how much escorting do we have to do on this one.
If it helps, guys, I'll help this time.
All right, all right.
Before I was just taking in the sights. So, I'll shoot my gun every so often this time.
You focus on keeping that Geist shield.
Wait, doing what?
Keeping that shield up will be...
my own shield?
Yeah.
Will do.
That will be the biggest assist you can give the crew.
Can we skip this, or we have to watch it? Oh, okay. Okay, it's loading. That's fine. That's David Tennant right there. Doctor Who is what most people would know him from. It's the only thing I know him
We've
from.
got David Tennant, we've got Elodie
There's also
Young, we've
Jessica
got Catherine
Jones.
Winnick, and we've got Bing Rames.
I'm going to get on the strong gun, and okay, somebody already killed them all, so that's cool. What is happening? I want to shoot something. How are you guys doing that? Or is this just this person on the gun just
You
way
landed
better
a
than
couple
me?
square on that whale, though. So
Good.
that was...
That'll
I'll show him.
That'll show him.
Take that, Willie.
Yeah. Get back in the ocean, Mr. Whale Man.
Really don't care. All right.
We got a question from Shaquille Udin on YouTube. Did you guys meet the actors, and is there more dialogue instead of the ones that was recorded for the previous map?
Yes.
I'm sure they just phoned it in.
Yeah. No, I actually got to go down and direct each of their sessions and talk them through and kind of explain what's going on. And I got to tell you, to be an actor who's just got headphones on and try to imagine the sound of creeping zombies coming up behind you, blood-soaked waves on the shore and everything, that is a challenge in and of itself. In this map, we've got, again, some more windows opening into the backstory of these characters. And you'll notice if you play with all 4 characters in between the waves, now that they know what it's like to confront these monsters, they're going to be a little more talkative in between the waves.
The next time you see David Tennant, can you tell him I said hi?
I will.
Thanks.
I will.
Thanks. That'd be.
You're the very first person who has ever requested that.
Good. Yeah, I'm sure. But tell him that I really like Christopher Eccleston as the Doctor. So.
All right. All right.
Any
mention of his role as Scrooge McDuck? Because that's kind of my favorite role right now.
See, I haven't watched the new DuckTales at all.
Yeah.
It's so good.
But that's the one that's got Ben Schwartz, right?
Yeah.
If you see Ben Schwartz, tell him I said hi.
Mark is the most well-connected person you'll ever meet at IGN.
He just says hi to everybody.
It's just all the celebrities just say hi to him. They don't know who they're saying hi to, but they, you know, we had Jackie Chan in here the other day. It was super weird. You never think as a kid you're gonna see Jackie Chan with your own eyes.
The other day.
Well, yeah, it was before the break, but you know, whatever. Every day just blends together. Oh man! We got any questions, Mitchell? Any last?
Looking through them right now. Looking through. If you have any questions, by the way, you can also tweet us using the hashtag IGN Plays Live. Once again, hashtag IGN Plays Live. Best way to get your comment read without it getting lost in the chat.
I like speed running a lot. How often do people try to speed run your maps? Like, do people try to just see how fast they can do it?
Yeah, you know, it's weird.
I haven't looked at speedrun.com to look at the zombies, see if there's any records on that.
It's funny, the community will kind of evolve through the different stages of how to attack a zombies map. And of course, the very first thing is Easter eggs. What can we get through? What can we solve? And then behind the Easter eggs, we'll have all sorts of little hidden one-off mysteries. We had the classic hidden away in our last map. We've got some character that you can unlock. There's kind of a community decision-making process that goes on. That's okay. Now the priority is this. You know?
Right.
I'm not saying it's a hive mind, but I'm not saying it's not either.
Well, I would assume people go for different things. Like some people probably just want to complete the quest, or some people are like, forget the quest. I just want to see how high I can get round wise.
I'm glad you clarified.
I don't know.
I'm sure that sentence has been said many times in this game.
Not enough jolts. Kill some more
so from what you've seen in these past few 13 hours or so, has there anything that has come to mind that you think that you're going to go back to the office and be like, hey,
oh yeah,
maybe, yeah?
Oh yeah, I'm first of all, I'm going to just, there's a lot of I told you so about the whale.
Make it foggier.
There's a lot of it is just how much, there are a lot of question marks. We go in and we say, how is this scene going to play across? How is this going to open up? How is, when they finally put the head on the corpse at the gate, how is that going to play? And it's a lot of fun. But yeah, we're taking notes left and right. And of course, there's stuff you always want to analyze again and look and see how we do. We're really trying to listen to the community and see what they're excited about, what they'd like to see. But right now, this is, I told the team earlier, I'm like, today we can sit back and just listen to the screams and listen to the shouts, listen to the laughs and the swear words, and totally just, soak it all in.
How often do you watch somebody play and they seem to be missing something? Like oh, there's something on the wall they're supposed to look at or whatever.
Every game.
And you're like, do you ever take the blame for that, or do you ever like, oh, maybe I hid that too well,
the fun thing no, I don't think anybody has ever said I hid that too well in this game because of the nature of this game. If they run past something that I thought was totally obvious because I've been staring at this thing for the past couple months, it's an adrenaline rush. It's, oh wow, they did, and yeah, sometimes we'll have a player go off in a different direction and solve some of these elements in a different order than we had ever planned. And it is chaos theory, but it's a rush. It's
that was gonna be my next question. It's like, how often does a player do something that you then learn from it, where you're like, hey, they did that in a way that I didn't think they would do it, or because I would assume when you're building something like this, you have an idea of how it's supposed to be solved.
Yeah, I think our human brains work in fairly linear processes, and so of course there's the way we have this mapped out in our design document, right? And there's the way the team has seen it. We've always got to say, okay, how can you break that order though, and how can this go? And because of the nature of this game, we don't want it to feel linear like that, and so there are very few parts of this map that are gated. You know, there are some that are necessarily that way. But what's interesting is how the community will solve them in completely unexpected ways, and the way that they will go on to tell the story in a different way, and even the narrative around the map evolves because of that community. And that's the fun part, is we feel like we're building this with the players. You know, they're very much an active role in where we're going to go and how the game is evolving as well. And that is one of my favorite parts about building these maps.
We've had a question that's been kind of throughout the entire stream. A lot of people are wondering if you have any comment about the woosling glitch. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry. But if you have any comments on that.
The wooslings are large, strong, heavy characters that can do a burst of speed, and we know that they can have a tendency to get hung up in certain areas, which I think would actually happen in the real world. But we made sure, knowing this, that no woosling that you need to be somewhere is ever going to stick around in that place for too long. And I realize that's kind of vague. But I also know that a woosling getting his toe stuck, under a box is not going to stop you from, defeating the enemies you have in front of you and getting to the end of the game.
How does it work on the development cycle when it comes to, so we won't talk about the future because we don't, nothing to announce, but like, you have the final right? When did you start working on this map? How much of the team stays back to kind of fix any issues or tweaking or balancing that the old map needs versus moving on to the new map? Or is it just kind of, like, I'm assuming there are still people working on the final right?
Yeah, we have, our team is made up of so many just kind of talented specialists that, focus on various aspects of the game. The entire concept, from the first to the last DLC, has already been mapped, and so in a lot of ways, working on the Final Reich is also working on the last DLC, and we've got a narrative, we've got a plan for where this is all going. However, we wanted to make sure we left space open for evolution and for change, and we wanted to be agile. We wanted to say, okay, well, the zombies community, I think, evolves with the style, and whether it's, cartoon zombies or whether it's, zombies in spacesuits, we are, constantly trying to keep our eye on, well, okay, what is the audience expecting? What are the players expecting? And have they grown tired of this? Have they grown jaded with that? They're expecting the certain pillars from the game, but where can we innovate? And so, to answer your question, that's something that we keep very present in every aspect of our team.
You don't just leave the old map behind.
Oh, no.
Final Reich's done.
Yeah.
Did the Final Reich change at all with the introduction of this map as far as like weapons? Or I remember in the old, in Infinite Warfare, it would be like you get to bring Fate and Fortune cards that got released. But I know this game doesn't really have a system like that.
Right.
Did anything change with the Final Reich, or is it still the same map that we know and love?
No, we've got new weapons that are available now. We've got obviously, you know, any of the tuning and tweaking that happened with our enemies and our blitz machines are going to come through on this. We've got some big plans for some more kind of metagame stuff that you're going to be seeing that will definitely affect the Final Reich, the Darkest Shore, and beyond as well.
So it's definitely still a good time to go back and, oh, what do we got?
Yeah, I think you should keep an eye on this guy. You know, he's got something we could use.
Ah!
He's got a head.
Oh, no.
So let's see.
Okay. So
he
had a head.
Yeah.
Now he has a head.
Why don't you head down into the U-boat pen, and that gate.
I'm gonna follow up.
We've got a missing piece down here.
Okay. Is it a head? Oh, it is a head.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Fucking twisted. Connect the dots and the spinal cord to open the gate.
So we're piecing together a person.
Yeah.
To open this gate.
This looks like some sort of twisted mechanism to keep people out of what's going on back there.
So I guess the biggest question is like what goes on down there? Like for you to guys want to like do stuff like this. Big fan of the Saw movie.
It's we do question, you know, often like what have we given away in our humanity to provide for? What do we have to explore for the
hey guys, let's reassemble a body to open a door.
And that, you know, we have to say that so we don't sound like we're monsters, but this is so damn fun. This is so damn fun to put together.
Grandma comes to visit the office.
We're powering it up.
Working on, Jimmy?
We're powering it up here.
We're figuring out where to put the spine for this guy.
Oh, well, Lord of Zombies says, the community thanks you for making such a fun game mode.
Oh,
thank you, Lord.
He is the Lord of Zombies. Oh,
oh wait.
You're back. He's okay. He's okay, guys.
Okay, I think he's gonna be just fine. Somebody call 911.
He's good to go. Are we still? These guys are purple.
I think we might.
We got 2 minutes left. So,
well, let's see. Can you see if you can give him CPR or something? I mean, he's
Let's.
By the way, that's the voice of Udo Kier, who plays Dr. Straub in this, and he is so good. He is brilliant and scary.
Does this guy have a name? Mr. Chained to a Wall guy?
He does. He does. That's actually part of the mystery. He's he's left some evidence scattered around the island. You know, I don't think anybody wants you opening that door.
Probably not. But we should do it anyways.
It's on fire!
It's on fire, guys. This is not great. Oh jeez. Oh jeez, no! Why is the floor on fire?
I don't know, but if you play this level and you accuse our team of enjoying the Diablo games, you're completely off base. That's probably a good place to end. With the smell of baked flesh in the air.
Jurassic Rabbit did the best once again. Finally, thank God. All right, so that is it. That is the Call of Duty World War II Resistance DLC. The map is called The Darkest Shore.
Darkest Shore.
It's terrifying, and the fog is real mean. And there's a guy chained to a wall, and you got to find his spine, and we never found it. That sucks. Yeah. Anything else you want to tell the IGN audience before we sign off? Before them jump in. They're all at school right now. So.
I'm sure. Do your homework, and this has been so much fun to release this game and to play alongside. We've been watching with the community.
Mm-hmm.
We've been virtually sitting right next to you and screaming and laughing along with you. And so thanks for having us along for the ride.
Awesome. Well, thank you for watching. This is Cameron from Sledgehammer. Thank you for coming and showing us your game. It was a good time. I'm Mark Medina. This is IGN.com. Darkest Shore, available right now for the PlayStation 4 Sony Entertainment console. We will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.